A question we often get is what exercises or stretches can I do to help relieve my low back pain? And often the exercises we do actually address the muscles that attach into the low back, not as much directly at the low back itself. My name is Dr. Robin Armstrong. I'm a chiropractor at Willowbrook Chiropractic in Langley, and today I'm going to give you our top 5 stretches that we give to our patients who suffer from low back pain. I recommend access to a blanket or a pillow. We're going to put that under our knee so it's not so hard on the ground, and as well as a belt, a strap, or a scarf. So first we're going to start on all fours. So we're going to begin with cat-cow. Hands are stacked underneath the shoulders, knees stacked underneath the hips, and we're going to warm up our spine here. So we're going to inhale and drop the belly towards the ground, looking up towards the sky. And then as we exhale, we draw the belly in, rounding the spine, letting the head hang. And then you're going to reverse that, going back and forth, arching and rounding, trying to create some space between the bones of the spine. Repeat this 5 to 10 times. The next one I want to show you is the lunge. This is when we're going to use our blanket. I'm going to place the blanket underneath my back knee. So this lunge stretch is going to help address the tightness in our hip flexors, specifically our psoas muscle, which attaches into the spine. And when it's tight, it can actually compress the low back. So my back knee is on the pillow. I'm going to step my front foot forward. And I'm going to shift my hips forward until I feel an opening through the back thigh. If I feel any pinching or compression in the low back, I just back off a little bit. Then we're going to raise the arm up overhead. This helps get the upper part of the psoas muscle. I'm going to hold this for at least 30 seconds, and then I'm going to repeat it on the other side, taking my time setting up, eventually raising the arm overhead. The next one we're going to try is hugging our knees into our chest, alternating one knee and then the other. This helps relax the erector spinae, the muscles of the back. So come to lying on your back. Start with both knees bent, and then we're going to hug one knee into the chest. If you have any issues with your knee, just grab underneath the knee. My opposite knee can stay bent like this, or if it's comfortable, straighten that leg. And just concentrate on relaxing the low back and the hip, holding that for 30 seconds, and then switching sides. Hold that for 30 seconds, then you'll do both knees into the chest. Really thinking about relaxing the curve of the back into the floor. Hold that for 30 seconds. The next one we're going to try is called figure 4. So we're going to make the shape of a 4 with our leg. And this is going to stretch our hip muscles, specifically our piriformis muscle, which sometimes can be involved when you're experiencing sciatica or nerve pain down the leg. So again, lying on our backs, both knees bent. We're going to cross one ankle above the opposite knee. Then we're going to reach for our leg, and you could use your strap here. I would use my strap to wrap around this leg, and I do that so that my shoulders can stay on the ground. So we pull this leg towards us, and we imagine the knee opening out to the side. You should start to feel it through your hip and your buttock area. Hold for 30 seconds, then switch sides. The last exercise we're going to do is to stretch the hamstrings, or the backs of the legs. When our hamstrings are tight, they can do the opposite of the hip flexors, so they tuck our pelvis under, again creating some strain in our low back, just in the opposite direction. So we're going to start by lying on our back, both knees bent. We're going to reach one leg up towards the sky, take your strap or your belt, and you can wrap it behind the leg, either at the calf or the hamstring, not right at the knee. And then you're just going to pull the leg towards you until you feel a nice stretch in the back of the leg. I suggest keeping the opposite leg bent just so your low back can be comfortable. Hold that for 30 seconds, and then of course, switching sides again. If you don't feel like you need the strap, you can just use your hands to pull your leg, but make sure shoulders are on the ground. We don't want to be lifting the head or the neck, the shoulders off the ground. So that's our top 5 stretches. I showed you cat-cow, which helps warm up the spine, the lunge, which helps address any tightness in the hip flexors, knee to chest, helping to relax the muscles of the low back, the figure 4 pose to stretch the piriformis muscle, and our lying hamstring stretch. If you have any questions about any of these exercises I've shown you here today, please feel free to ask myself, Dr. Robin Armstrong, or Dr. Jody Friedman. We're always happy to help.